When did you start with Games and More?
Games and More started in 2008 up in Pemberton, but it was called Snork Store, which was my nickname when I was at school. Not the store bit, the Snorks bit.
Alright. So this is the third store you've opened, right?
Yeah, this is what I call level 3.
How come you had to move so much?
Well, the first store was basically a little tester. Like I said, it was a little district just on the outskirts of Wigan town centre. Rents were cheap and everything, so it was a less of a risk than moving directly into Wigan straight away. And to be fair, I learnt a lot in the 4 years I was up there. And then I did move into Wigan, changed the name to Games and More because I got fed up with people ringing me asking if I sold snorkeling equipment. I'm not joking. And I then moved here just short of a year ago.
So is it anything related to demand, or is it just...
It's just trying to get the shop into a more of a prime site, but paying reasonable amount for rent, rates, etc.
So typically what sells the best here?
It's variant. I mean, some days I sell nothing but DVDs. Other days it's vinyl records. Most days it's games, be it either retro games or obviously new games when we get new releases, that kind of thing.
You've only just recently started selling records, and DVDs have just become like a focal thing. Did you start out wanting to sell records and DVDs, or was it primarily?
No. It's a pure business decision. When I started off up in Pemberton in 2008, it was brand new games. I wasn't even sure I was going to do second-hand games, and I also did sweets and drinks as well because all the newsagents up in Pemberton didn't want school kids in, and I thought, well, I'm not going to sell games every day, so if I can sell them sweets and drinks, at least I'll take some money. And then when I moved to Wigan, a much bigger shop, dropped the sweets and drinks, and then opened up with the retro. And then just before I moved here, I started doing vinyl records, and DVDs have exploded since I moved to this area.
Typically, with like the clientele, what's the kind of age divide thing with the...
That's a weird thing, actually, to be fair. When I started off in Pemberton, I think the average age was about 12 and 13. When I first moved to Wigan, it went to my mid-20s, and now I'd say it's probably 40s to 50s since I moved here. But that's not because the people playing games have got older in a very short period of time. It's the fact that I'm doing a lot more diverse stuff that appeals to different people.
How often would you say someone comes in, picks something up and says, oh, I remember this? And
that happens a lot. We do a lot of retro gaming here, and obviously we've got the vinyl as well, which is a new line. And yeah, it's people come in and say, oh, this reminds me of my childhood, or if they've got the kids themselves to say, this is what we used to play when we were little, grandma and granddad bought this for us, that kind of thing. So it does bring a lot of memories back, which is great, but my philosophy is I'm not a museum, so I don't put things out at stupid prices. I sell them at reasonable prices, but I do like to have the stuff in to begin with.
So nostalgia is a big part of how you work, right?
It kind of is and isn't. Yeah, I mean, nostalgia is something everyone looks back to, no matter how old you are. You can always look back and remember things fondly. Whether it's gaming or whether it's a family event or something like that. And yeah, we can tap into that, then that's a good thing. It makes people feel warm inside and they're more likely to buy stuff.
Do you think there's a lot in your store that's fairly recent? Do you think, I'm going to hold on to this because do you think eventually it'll have some kind of nostalgic value to someone?
Not really, no. Again, like I said before, I'm not a museum. I can't really afford to hold on to too much stuff. So, one-man band and all that, I need to get the stuff in and then get it out pretty much straight away. So I don't intend to hold on to anything for too long. It's in and out.
Do you think there's any chance of a level 4?
As in another shop?
Yeah.
There's always a chance of a level 4. Level 1 was a good learning curve, level 2 was a disaster, level 3 is getting where I wanted level 1 to be, to begin with. But I'm already outgrowing the actual unit that I'm in for level 3, stock wise, but it's just getting the custom to actually get the money to get a level 4 shop. But yeah, there may be a level 4, and who knows, there might be a 5, 6 and 7 as well at the same time.